What's going on, Deep Art? Welcome back to another video. I want to make this video real fast to talk about the aspect of the impoverished mindset, or the mindset of you're not allowed to have good things, right? So I want to attack this, mind frame, and I really want to speak on how this mind frame, or how this psychology starts to insert itself into into what we do, right? So this is just going to be a series, right? It's where we attack psychologies, okay? So I want to attack this impoverished psychology, or I'll say I want to attack this psychology of not being able to do for yourself, or not being able to have benefits, right? Or not being able to acquire benefits, right? So that can be utilized to suit you and to help you sustain your functioning, right? And sustain a good mood. And that way things don't become slave work and you start to hate yourself or hate what you do, right? And which would lower the functionality of what you do. Like when this opportunity presents itself, like for times, for you to be able to like benefit something, these times come for a reason. Like, like in the devil, or I'll say, I ain't gonna use that terminology or that sort of illustration or literature. I'm going to just say we can have, there is a balance, or a reciprocating thought that comes into play to the point to where it's like, you can't have that, or you shouldn't have that. You should be doing it the same way. Like you should be doing it without this. Like you should be doing it the same way. Like, And it's like when this psychology starts to come about, this is, this is a reciprocation of a benefit that you should have, right? So like it's a benefit that's coming from your hard work, right? That presents itself, and this reciprocating thought is coming into play in order to try to, keep you down. It's like to stop you from being able to continue functioning, or to hurt your functioning, right? So you have an option, an ability to listen to either one. Like, are you going to take this, benefit and this, and this blessing that presents itself, that might come in a form of flash, or it might come in a form of, man, I don't need to have all this. Like, like I'm so used to struggling that I don't like when the opportunity comes itself, that I don't even want to take the, I don't even want to take the benefits that's actually for me, that's actually going to help me to continue doing what I'm doing. It's like it's like the universe, or it's almost like, it's almost like, you getting thrown a bone, and it's like, you like, nah, I'ma just keep doing doing it this way without this, because that's the way I've been doing it this whole time. Nah, like this thing's coming to you because maybe the environment is going to change, and in the environment there's going to be a shift change, and you may actually need to acquire this thing, to keep really going. So that's another thing, like, I really want to talk about, and like, that could relieve some of the stress and some of the struggle, like, as time progresses, and actually help you to keep doing more, and can keep benefiting and doing more, right? So that's what we want to really talk about in this video right here. And it's how those opportunities we have in order to bless ourselves with certain things can also hinder our productivity in an outlet. Like me, for instance, like, I mean, I'm guilty of this too. Like, like of having blessings right in front of me, and not being able to just take the time and say, hey, I'm gonna pay this money for this thing right here, even though it may seem out of pocket. It may seem out of pocket, but this is something that could have helped benefit me and continue functioning within this outlet and keep growing this outlet. So like within our own imagination and our ideas and dreams that we want to pursue, sometimes, I mean, you have to, you buy certain things, that may come in a form of like, man, this shit is out of pocket. This shit is out the way. What the fuck? Am I buying this for? But if you do buy that thing and that contraption, like the benefits, you know what I'm saying, it can help you know that it will have in your functioning, right? In terms of the functioning of your business or your outlet or whatever that idea is in that outlet, you know what I'm saying, that avenue or whatever, you know, the benefits it will have to that specific outlet can turn into something that could become more beneficial to, you know, say more beneficial to business and more beneficial to more crucial matters, right? So that is you know what I'm saying, the one thing that we really wanted to talk about is how these things can really become assets to our business and assets to really productive and serious matters, right? You know, so that's what I wanted to, you know, say in this video right here. I just wanted to throw that out there, and you know what I'm saying, getting out of that impoverished mindset and getting out of that poverty mindset, you know what I'm saying, of just we got to do things the same way every time. You're dealing with so much shit already, seen and unseen, so many other different avenues and emotions and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, that you deal with and thoughts, and it's like, if you just was to acquire this one thing and continue going this way, you could really change the dynamic and you know what I'm saying, you could change the dynamic and drastic, you know, measures of your life. Like, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're going downhill, you know what I'm saying, and you're working with a lot of weight. These things that you buy can be used in order for you to be able to help sustain, you know what I'm saying, sustain your functioning and be able to actually progress you. So that's the important thing to understand, and you know what I'm saying, just being weary of that, in terms of, like, you know, what you develop, you know, is important, right? Because that's the idea, is like I said, to get out of that impoverished mindset, and you know, that mindset of everything has to be you know, just this one way, and it's like, if it ain't this one way, and if I had to utilize this to help me, then I'm trash, or you know what I'm saying, I ain't doing it as hard or as authentic. I ain't doing it as hard as somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's just a bunch of ego, and it ain't even ego at that point. It's just, you know, stupidity, because you have to equate and take into account a person's environment. What are the benefits and what are the, you know what I'm saying, negatives of whatever environment that person in, and weighing the two options. That's what comes up with what you have, right? Everything that you have based on your environment is based on your environment, right? The things that you should have and the things that you shouldn't have are based on your environment. It's not based on the level of the person you are. Really, most people are very similar, you know what I'm saying, in certain aspects. The only difference about people is what they choose to put their energy to, for the most part. So at the end of the day, like, if, you know, depending on the environment that you're in will depend on what it is that you need, and statistically, right? I'm talking about science. It's scientifically is what you would need in order for you to be able to survive and thrive within that environment, doing whatever it is that you're trying to do. So it's never a matter of ego, and it's never a matter of I'm not as hard as somebody else because I use this to help me. I could have other factors in my environment that require me to boost myself to this level and perform at, you know, to be able to perform at this level, in order for me to be able to survive and thrive within this environment. And you could be in an environment that wouldn't require you to have to do that. Almost like operating on the professional level compared to operating on the intermediate level, or operating on a lesser, you know, high school, college level, right? If I'm working with professional, I need to use professional equipment. I need to use professional tools. Like I gotta have in some cases professional trainers that have professional training regimens. I gotta have you know what I'm saying, there's certain tools that I have to be using in order to operate on the professional level. Certain ways I got to shoot my jump shot. You know what I'm saying? I can't be inconsistent going into the professional level. That's at any level of professionality. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be TBL, whether it be overseas, whether it be G League, or whether it be an NBA, there's no way you can get into any type of professional level without having a consistent jump shot. So it's the same thing, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like when we get into life, like whatever environment that we're in will determine what we need in order to survive and thrive within that environment. So and this is not and like I said, like, so that's important to understand, and that it's important to understand, like, ego has to go outside the door, you know what I'm saying, in terms of just how a person looks, you know what I'm saying, in terms of what they use in order to crowd themselves out, you know what I'm saying, and and that's the narrative, and that's the point I really wanted to attack in terms of this video. And like I said, this whole series right here is based on, you know, narratives and psychologies that like to insert people's minds, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't have this, you know what I'm saying? It's a impoverished mindset, and, you know, a mind state that inserts a person's mind. And it's like, I can't have this because other people can do it without it, right? I know other people that are in a state and they're not using this, but at the same time, within your current environment and within your current circumstance and time, you need this thing in order for you to be able to survive and thrive. So that is, you know, the point I'm trying to make and you know, in this video right here. And like I said before, it all goes back to professionality. On the professional level, you would use different tools than you would in college, or what you would with high school players. With high school players, you're developing kids, and you're teaching them fundamentals and things like that. The structure is different. What you're teaching is different. You know what I'm saying? Because you're working with different types of people. You know what I'm saying? So the whole value structure is different, and even the game is played differently. And then as opposed to everything is showcased then, right? But then when you go to college, now you're learning about how to function within a team. You know what I'm saying? It's more based and structured on the college coaches and the plays that they run and IQ. You know what I'm saying? And things like this, right? It's becoming less individual. There's still individuality to it, but it's way less individual than high school ball, right? And the value structure is different, and you're training differently. So, like I said before, within the environment, would determine the tools, would scientifically determine the tools that you need in order for you to be able to get a job done. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be able to survive and thrive within an environment. And if you do not have these tools, you cannot compete or be on par with the other folks within that environment, within that space, and within that within that vicinity or arena. You know what I'm saying? So that's the nature of what, you know, the point that we were trying to make in this video. I will catch you on the next one. Peace, love, and this is a new series. And yeah, we out this joint.